Hi, today this is David Amakobe of African Wood Incorporated, a company that prides itself for providing safe spaces for entrepreneurs and sounding boards for both entrepreneurs and C-level leaders. We do mentoring and coaching for businesses and for leaders. This is a time I take when I'm driving to work to talk about issues or ideas that come in my mind as I drive. Today I want to talk about something that I learned from my mother, or should have learned from my mother. She told me that I should always give 10% of my income, all income, to church. When I was growing up, I thought, these people just want to take my money. Then I started doing business in my life again, and I met a gentleman who wasn't of the Christian faith, but he was Islam. And every day we did business with him. We wouldn't go to sleep before he calculated how much money we got, and then how much of it was his share, and then calculated 7.5% and took the most. And then he continually asked me, why don't you take money to church? I said, we don't do that. Later on in life, I discovered that the people of God, if you, however way you want to look at it, the people of the Bible are wise people, or the Quran, or these old books are wise people. It's more like the taboos of old, which were created because the reason behind them was too detailed, too complicated for people to understand. So they just put a taboo there. They said women don't, or pregnant women don't eat bananas, or pregnant women don't eat eggs. Not because they were greedy as the other people thought they were, but because in those days, in those countries like Africa where I came from, there was no ability for C-section. So they did not want a child to grow too big in the womb of the woman. Or they had learned from experience that if a pregnant woman eats eggs and bananas, the child in the womb would be too big and there would be a problem during birth. So they put a taboo there. That taboo would only be removed if you understood why they put it there and you solved the problem. Now, coming to tithing or giving a percentage of your income to your religion or a cause you strongly believe in, what they actually meant is what we teach in business: to keep records of your business so that you know how much money is coming in. We do that, and the people who do keep records pay accountants to do it. But if you are doing your own business, or you are living your own life, and you are not able to hire an accountant, making sure that you know exactly what 10% of your income every time you get it, when you take it to church or take it to the mosque or go to the religion or the cause you strongly believe in, ensures that you know how much money you get. And knowing how much resources comes your way is the first rule of success. Keeping a record. You know, when they said give 10% and don't cheat, meaning religiously keep a record of your income as if it was worship to God. That is classic. That is wisdom that I should have learned much earlier, because my mom told me, because the Bible has been written all along. But because you know it and you ignore it, you think they are planning to rob you, you will not be able to know how much money you're getting, and what you don't know, you can't grow. So think about the Bible or the Quran, if you don't want to believe in it as a religion, as wisdom from the sages of old. And they were telling you, and they are telling you, that you need to keep a record of how much money or how much resources you have. You know it so that you can be able to grow it. And if you know it, you grow it, you become wealthy. See, it was all there. We all know it, but because we thought that somebody is planning, trying to rob us, we ignored the wisdom that was handed to us. So when somebody tells you to give your tithe and don't cheat, they are helping you. Because when your accountant gives you a bill, you don't argue about them. You just pay the bill, okay? And here they are telling you, pay 10%, meaning know exactly what 10% of your income is. If you know what exactly 10% of your income is, you will know how much income you have, and if you can be able to plan for the 10%, you will plan for the rest of it. And planning for the rest of your resources is the second place that you go when you want to be wealthy. So, the people who wrote the Bible, the people who wrote the Quran, even if you don't believe that it was God or it was God's inspiration, know that they had a reason to pass that wisdom along. So if you believe in Christianity, it behoves you to pay 10% of your income to your church. If you don't, you need to have a cause you believe in and faithfully pay 10% there. That means that you know exactly what 10% is, and you know exactly what your income is, and plan for the rest. And as soon as you start planning for the rest, and if you know your net worth and you watch it, it will grow. So you have the wisdom, you have power. If I tell you keep a record of your income, it doesn't help much, because a lot of people don't do it. So if and the people of old knew, if they say this is as a worship to your God, you will do it. And those people who do it faithfully, you can see are successful. The people who don't keep records of the income, who do not know what the net worth is, cannot grow it and have not grown it. So this talk is not a plug for the church or for the religion or for causes, but it's a plug for you. Because whoever you decide to give 10% of your income to regularly every day is actually helping you, because you are keeping a record of your income, of your operations, and you're planning for the rest of the 90%. There's no reason of having 100% and you don't plan for me, you blow it through. There are people who have won lotteries and blown it through in 2 years because they never plan for it, they never do anything like that. So it's not how much money, you get, it's how much money you plan and use and save for. So remember that. Remember that even if the Bible, the Quran, or the religious books may not be written by God, but their wisdom from way back, they have been tested and they have been proved to be true. Practice it. You will thank me later. Thank you very much.